We live in the age of instant connection, right? You've got a friend backpacking Asia, you just video call them, and you're practically there. Today, just dropping a letter in a mailbox is a total no-brainer, something we completely take for granted. But back then, that wasn't even an option for most people. For sailors embarking on long voyages, it was absolutely a don't wait for me kind of job. Being a middle or lower class mother, in times like those, must have been an exercise in perennial heartache. So next time you make a quick call or send a text, just take a second to truly appreciate how far we've come. These incredible technological advancements have lifted a huge weight of uncertainty from our lives. For our ancestors, not knowing wasn't some rare exception. It was just a heartbreaking, unavoidable part of everyday life. Wives could be left for years, never knowing if their husband was alive or dead. Talk about awkward. If they remarried, suddenly they could become a filthy bigamist. If the first guy happened to show up a decade later, this unsettling reality even spawned some dark humor. Think about that old joke. A knight locks his wife in a chastity belt, but gives his best friend a spare key in case he doesn't return. The knight's castle is barely out of sight, and then a dust cloud appears. It's his best friend, yelling, "Dear friend, I fear you gave me the wrong key." Yeah, Jody just couldn't wait. Even the famous Greek epic, the Odyssey, is entirely about this exact plot. A wife's endless, uncertain wait for her husband to return from war. People could get blown way off course and take up to a decade to return home. Sometimes they just fuck off down to Tahiti for a few decades. Warfare, though, that was probably the cruelest cause of widespread uncertainty. Imagine a son marching off on campaign at 18 or younger, and he'd just be gone. For months, years, decades, forever. Commanders would always promise war's over in 2 weeks, or we'll be home by Christmas. But they just never said which Christmas. And a thought? You get trampled in a battle, wake up, and the army is just gone. You have no idea where the fuck you are. No Google Maps, no Google Translate, so you just think, I guess I live here now. You find grunt work, slowly learn the language, fall in love, have kids, and back home. They never learn what happens to you. That's just what being a soldier was like for most of human history. If you wanted to send a message any real distance, your choice was simple and stark. You went yourself, or you sent someone else to do it. And dispatching someone, so that meant you had to seriously worry about who to handle things at home while they were gone? Just getting a message to the right person was a truly massive headache. Even huge empires like the Romans managed to build large mail networks. But honestly, these systems only extend so far geographically. Outside those few established routes, communication basically just stalled out completely. We're talking months of stomach churning, waiting for even a basic update, not hours or just a few days. Your sibling moved to Chicago? Quick phone call, and that's done? And that's where a common misconception really sneaks in. Some folks picture a world where nobody in the family can read, or that peasants absolutely couldn't all read and write. But history actually tells a pretty different story. Literacy wouldn't be the issue. Well, we've discovered bark letters from Russia where peasants are just casually chatting back and forth. People could often read more basic text or scribble basic messages in their local language, and they could do math. You definitely wouldn't send someone to the grocery store who couldn't add 2 and 2. They could even write customer complaints about merchants and craftsmen they didn't like. So most of the time, the act of writing wasn't the actual hurdle. It was, again, the sheer physical struggle of actually getting a message to the right person. But seriously, try to picture a world where if someone you loved left, they were just gone. For months, years, maybe even forever. You'd simply never know what happened to them. That chilling reality. It was pretty much just like normal for most of human history. And at its core, there was one undeniable truth. Ancient communication was agonizingly slow and totally unreliable. So what made it so completely different from how we handle things now? Let's dive right into it. Our first massive hurdle was pretty basic. No widespread, efficient postal service. Now you might be thinking about reading and writing, perhaps wondering, couldn't people just send letters? Beyond the whole communication setup, just traveling was incredibly dangerous and utterly unpredictable. The overall effect of all these roadblocks was truly profound. It was much more normal to just not know if it was the last time you were going to see somebody. It's truly surreal how much information and travel speed have changed, even compared to just 60 years ago. The ability to pick up a phone and instantly know a loved one is okay, no matter where they are, is a luxury that for most of human history was completely unimaginable.